It's a wonderful world, father-son. You know how getting attention is vital to success. Just look at this outfit. How precious is that? Moon Mother finished sewing the last black pearl on a fabulous first goddess communion dress. I really can't call her baby anymore, or mommy's little angel. I chose a perfect name at her birth. It's been my secret until the time when she could understand the special nature of her new name. How special, father-son said. She is going to get a real name. My daughter will be known as Anthrax. Some will think it is a very scary name. Others won't get the reference. But you can bet that people will pay attention to her. Who in God's name is going to listen to some girl named Anthrax? Father-son lit a big Cuban cigar to celebrate his chance to poke fun at the plan. He didn't care if Moon Mother was allergic to smoke. He was the big man in orbit. Get it straight. Listen up. And remember it forever. Father-son tapped his cigar, let the ash crumble in his hand, and then blew smoke in Moon Mother's face. I will do nothing to support the mission of your Anthrax. I'm not lifting a finger to encourage any of this loony nonsense. You don't have much luck with that son of yours. Moon Mother had her own ammunition. You don't even talk to Jesus anymore. The dog IUD number 13 goddesses have adopted Anthrax as their goddess child. She has been tutored in the best ways to make change. I mean spiritual changes. She certainly won't be stuck behind a cash register making change at that atrocious Walmart. Moon Mother didn't care that father-son had already tuned her out. The reason she said what she said was to keep her flow clear. Pent-up resentments were detrimental to her radiance. In the sunken living room, Anthrax tuned into the space where she received lessons of universal truth. Anthrax, you will share many lessons with the Earthlings, said her wise sage within. Lesson number 1. People need to look at what's inside. How it is learned. The name Anthrax has a scary connotation. But it's just a name. Anthrax will be accepted for something beyond the name. Enlightened ones will embrace you and put aside past associations, prejudice, and fear. They shall discover your true essence within. Your precious gift of a radiant heart overflowing with love, love, love. A few people know that there are more important things than a person's name, race, sex, ethnic background, brand of bath soap they use, or whether they prefer Coke or Pepsi. Light beings on planet Earth will be your helpers to spread the word about your healing powers. We'll hook you up. Anthrax felt glad she could tune into the mystical sage whenever she needed assistance. Moon Mother listened to the lesson through her telepathic transmission station. Hearing her daughter's mission described by some other universal teacher made it easier for her to understand the unfolding of divine nature. Your name came from a deep place within. The name Anthrax was chosen from a place beyond time and space. The sage opened his laptop and started a PowerPointer presentation. It showed moving pictures of sacred beings from throughout the universe. Like the demons at the gate, you have been blessed with a most unusual look. Your shocking visage masks the precious jewel inside. It's a cosmic joke, designed to keep your inner treasure safe from those who would not honor you. You were formed within your mother and will carry on the attributes of the divine feminine. You will preach the power of the seasons, speak of cycles, and show people how to receive love. The wise one spoke slowly, and Moon Mother sensed that he was communicating something extremely important. The challenge to Earthlings is how to receive love. They know how to give it because they expect to get something in return. They misunderstand the phrase, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." The next global lesson for humanity is being able to accept unconditional love, without expectation. Father-son arrived back from his weekend with the God Guys acting more unbalanced than ever. The God Guys getaway was the universal equivalent to the Bohemian Grove, the secluded spot in Northern California where the rich and powerful brothers met to perform pagan-esque rituals aimed at securing their dominion. Lots of famous guys attended, even those who had passed on. This was a universal meeting, so matters like life, death, and being caught in the Bardos were not an issue. The gathering of contemporary Illuminati included George Bush and Little GW, the Donald Trump, J.F. Kennedy Jr., and Ronald Reagan. Men's members elders J. Edgar Hoover, Abraham Lincoln, and Winston Churchill excelled in the cross-dressers catwalk, and even the contemporary candidates for world domination. Don Trump Jr., Netanyahu, Herr Putin took on the challenging roles of slaves. Like the other attendees at UMMM, father-son reveled in the precious time away where he and his powerful playmates would play together like good little bad boys. After the return from the gathering, father-son had a hard time coming back down to his abnormal state of reality. He spewed hot temper tantrums. He said things like, "What would you know? You are not one of us." And the real heart-stopper, "Now I know why men are dominant." When Moon Mother tried to connect and asked him, "How was your day, dear?" her old man would always say, "Bad. Very bad. Very, very, very bad." At night, father-son watched bloody old war movies and turned on the remote viewing sensor to watch terrorist tactics on Earth. He was infatuated with G.W. Bush, which for some odd reason made him drink way too much. Like some men from Earth, Big Daddy exploded whenever he chose to explode. Men have no time for feelings or thinking about consequences of our actions, he told her. He didn't even care that his ammunition, the solar flares, jammed radio and communication signals on the beleaguered planet Earth. Moon Mother rationalized her problems away. He wasn't such a bad guy, was he? She even tried to enjoy the periodic transmission scrambling. There is always a silver lining somewhere. When satellite communications broke down, humans were reminded that cell phones are not infallible. Something had to be done when the solar flares scrambled the goddess's intuitive signals. During one particularly strong signal scrambling, Moon Mother knew it was time to drop Anthrax down to Earth. Only after Anthrax gave birth to twins in the Crisis House bathroom did Moon Mother tell Father Sun that her only begotten daughter was now incarnated on planet Earth.